most of the time people begin to ask, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. And they'll say, do I have the skill? Am I intelligent enough to be an entrepreneur? Yes, you could learn so many skills, hairdressing skills, plumbing skills, doing so many things, trading skills, do apprenticeship. You learn all these things. But does that make you an entrepreneur? Are you intelligent enough to be an entrepreneur? What we have come to discover is you don't necessarily need to have a very high IQ, that's intelligent quotient, for you to be an entrepreneur. We have seen businesses that are started by even high school dropouts, and today those businesses are world class, even among Fortune 500 in the world, and of course in our Nigerian setting. Most of the top entrepreneurs we see today are not the most intelligent, but we are going to be looking at what is this intelligence and what are the types of intelligence that are applicable to an entrepreneurial role. Those are the things we'll be looking at. So many people feel that they just aren't smart enough to be an entrepreneur. Yet there seems to be no convincing evidence that high IQ is prerequisite for this lifestyle. We all know of successful entrepreneurs, business people, or successful businesses started by first-time entrepreneurs who dropped out of school, and according to many sources, street smart, experience tends to, give them that edge. Well, we're not saying you don't need to be book smart, but you also need to be street smart. So now let's look at some of these intelligence that are applicable to the entrepreneur. Another perspective is that there are in fact multiple types of intelligence. That's what we don't understand. There are multiple types of intelligence, and we all have strengths and weaknesses along of these skills. It does appear that most successful entrepreneurs are those with the broadest range of interests, skills, and experiences. Street smart, while a maximum depth in any given discipline is not so important. So we'll just look at some of the recognized intelligence that cover the potential of most human prioritized by view of applicability to entrepreneurial role. Yeah, the first one is word smart. Word smart. Some people will say it's linguistic intelligence. Yes, these are people with a high linguistic intelligence. They display a high facility for word usage and languages. They are typically good at communicating ideas, reading, writing, and telling stories. Good entrepreneurs need these skills to lead a team, sell ideas to customers and investors, and write business plans. So we can see that for you to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to be word smart. That is linguistic intelligence. Number 2, people smart. That is interpersonal intelligence. People need to work with you. You as an entrepreneur, you can't do it all alone. In fact, that reminds me of the book written by John Maxwell, where he said no one succeeds alone, and people were now arguing with him, and he now said, even for them to be in this place, at least if they didn't drive themselves to this place, somebody drove them here. So there is nothing at all. No one succeeds alone. Other people, one way or the other, must have assisted you, either knowingly or unknowingly. So people smart is a key intelligence for you to be successful as an entrepreneur, and we call that interpersonal intelligence. These attributes are the embodiment of social skills. Entrepreneurs with high social skills interact more effectively with all their constituents. They are able to sense the feelings, motivations, and temperaments of others to enlist their support and negotiate effectively. They love working with people. they love working with people. In fact, I've seen salespeople who complain that I don't like people. And I'm wondering, are you going to sell your product to yourself? You know, you need to have that interpersonal skill for you to be successful as an entrepreneur. Number 3, self-smart, or we can call it intrapersonal intelligence. Intrapersonal intelligence is the capacity to understand your own strengths, weaknesses, and motivations, and to capitalize on these insights in planning and strategy. Good entrepreneurs must be able to surround themselves with advisors and partners who complement their skills to find satisfaction and happiness. So this is intrapersonal intelligence. You are trying to examine yourself. What are your own strengths and weaknesses? You don't need to have it all. You don't need to know everything. So you know your own weaknesses, know your strength. You now get people to work with you, advisors and partners that complement your skill, so that you can achieve what you want to achieve. Number 4, number smart, that is logical reasoning intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence is the ability to calculate, quantify, and think logically. Entrepreneurs use strengths in this area to balance their passion for specific solution and to develop the specific steps and financial resources required for building, rolling out, and scaling the business to success. So you need to be number smart. You need to think logically. You need to arrange figures. You need to be familiar with figures. You know, how much did we spend last week, last year? Looking at the numbers, you should be able to interpret the numbers when you see it. You know, in your bank statement or your financial statement, your revenue, your cost of production, then of course your gross profit, your net profit after I've taken off tax. You need to understand these numbers for you to be successful as an entrepreneur. Number 5, nature smart, naturalist intelligence. Yes, this sort of environmental and cultural insight is deeply rooted in a sensitive, ethical, and holistic understanding of the world and its complexities. We believe that good entrepreneurs use this to see new markets first, predict world trade, and devise effective marketing campaigns and demographics for success. The entrepreneur sees his business as part of the ecosystem, and whatever he's doing is ensuring that he's not disrupting that natural balance. He ensures that his processes are in tune with the environment. That is a sustainable business. His business is also climate friendly. They are not doing things that will continue to make the quality of planet Earth not habitable to people. So as an entrepreneur, you need that nature smart, that naturalist intelligence, for you to understand that you are just a part of this ecosystem, and whatever thing you are doing, you are not going to destroy that ecosystem. So they work within the framework of environmental sustainability. Number 6, we're talking of picture smart, spatial intelligence. Spatial intelligence is the ability to think in 3 dimensions and the ability to visualize with the mind's eye. Core capacities include mental imagery, spatial reasoning, and an active imagination. It is easy to see how this is important for entrepreneurs in marketing solution design and product branding. Just like Napoleon Hill said in his bestseller, that book he wrote, that whatever the mind of a man can conceive, believe, can be achieved. So ideas will come from your mind, first of all. And how do you transform those ideas to practical services, product and services that will solve the problem for people? So as an entrepreneur, you need to see things in picture. You need to visualize. You need to take advantage of your imagination. And that's why my very good friend, Dr. Vincent Peale, the famous author of Power of Positive Thinking, he said, for you to achieve anything you want to achieve, first of all, you have to visualize what you want clearly. See what you want clearly. When you visualize it, the next thing for you to do is to realize it. And after praying about it, the next thing is to do what? Actualize it. And that is also in consonance with what they said in the Bible: walk and pray. That is, you need to pray. Then, of course, for you to actualize that miracle, you now need to walk. So picture smart is very, very important for entrepreneurs. You need to see things in your mind saying, hi. In fact, your marketing strategy, in designing your products, you need to be very, very creative and imaginative. So that's spatial intelligence. Number 7, body smarts, kinesthetics intelligence. This intelligence involves a sense of timing and the perfection of skills through mind-body coordination. Business entrepreneurs who are also good at invention and building innovative new products are especially strong in this area. Strength, also leads to leadership presence and public speaking prowess. Look at all the entrepreneurs we know today. Even in Nigeria, we shouldn't even go outside. You see the likes of Tony Elumelu. You see the likes of Jim Ovia. These are people who can stand anywhere and speak, and they are able to convince their audience. Even Aliko Dangote, Femi Otedola, Peter Saratedo, these are renowned, successful entrepreneurs that have displayed this skill. They perfect it through their mind-body coordination. They are able to speak to the public. They show strength when it comes to leadership. So you can see that for them to be successful, they've been able to deploy this intelligence very well. That is body smarts, kinesthetics intelligence. So for you as an upcoming entrepreneur, you need this intelligence. Number 8. Yes, this is a little bit entertaining. It says music smarts. Are we sure for you to be an entrepreneur, you need to be music smart? Or, well, let's see. Well, anyway, if we look at some of the musical entrepreneurs we have today, the likes of, well, with due respect to him, I'm sure he's still mourning, Davido. You can see how he entertains people. He's music smart. You can see Wizkid. You can see those twins. I don't know what they call them again now. They say one is Rude Boy. P-Square. They say one is Rude Boy. I can't remember the name of the other one, but I'm sure they are music smart. Of course, also the upcoming ones who are also very, very rugged, but these are also entrepreneurs. Let's see their musical intelligence being deep into their music and, of course, their businesses. Musical intelligence is the capacity to discern pitch, rhythm, timbre, and tone. In addition to being key to any business directly or indirectly related to music, this skill helps entrepreneurs to be better listeners, orchestrate events, and develop marketing programs. Music smart people also tend to be logical. For you to be successful as an entrepreneur, you need to be a better listener, an active listener. In addition to looking at intelligence, every aspiring entrepreneur needs to look at mindsets. The mindset that works best is the one that sees challenges as exciting rather than threatening, setback as learning opportunities, and a conviction that effort and perseverance will overcome any obstacle. So you can see this playing out with the entrepreneurs that are successful. They have a growth mindset, and that's why we say they start small, but they do what? They think big. That is a growth mindset. They don't have a fixed mindset. They are open to learning. They see, if I really start a business, they fail, they see it as an opportunity to learn, so that when next they are doing another business, they must have learned from that. And that reminds me of an important entrepreneur today in Nigeria, you know, the owner of Kutis, who started his business over 40 years, and today the business is still running. So if you have that mindset and even a few strengths among multiple intelligence described above, don't let anyone, including me that is talking to you, that you aren't smart enough to be an entrepreneur. You are smart enough to be an entrepreneur. Before I round up today, yes, we want to give tribute to an important Lagosian, a personality that is being laid to rest today. That is the person of Navy Commodore, yes, Commodore Omololu, who used to be the commanding officer, NNS Reference Hospital, Ojo, while we were still in that secondary school. And of course, his son was our classmate, that is Bayo Omololu. So Daddy, today as you transit into the beyond, we wish you strength, and of course we love you more, but of course the Almighty love you most. You are just transiting to luminous realm, and we believe that the Almighty God will give your children, and of course friends of your children, that strength, gratitude to bear this irreparable loss. We believe, Daddy, that you have gone to meet your maker. That legacy you left behind, that discipline, I could still imagine and see you when you come to our school to address the students at that time, while you are still the commanding officer of that reference hospital. Your smile, I can still see it. I will say, Daddy, rest very well. Adieu, Father.